Slow clap.
That's a slow clap, Steven. You ever started a slow clap at a big event?
It's the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
Or the wave.
The wave is old and outdated.
But it's up there with a good feeling.
Yeah.
Especially when you go all the way around a stadium.
That was big in the 80s when they were like, let's do the wave, everybody. Because at games, nobody was sitting on their cell phones. They were all being entertained by the Philly Fanatic and stuff.
That's true.
You know, now you sit at the game and everybody's just on their phone.
Yep.
It's terrible. They were like those douchebags in the front of the hockey game when I took those hockey pictures when you were there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, in the 7D Mark II review, you can see it. Like I'm going through the pictures and I'm like, and look at the douchebag in the front row.
It's like every other picture is someone in the background with their phone.
While the game's going on, you pay all this money for those front row seats, and you're going to be a douchebag, and you're going to sit there and not watch the game. You should be punched. They should have tasers on the seat. And same for the people that bang the glass. There is no banging the glass at a game. It's the most annoying thing in the world. When people are like, what are they, fucking like zoo animals behind the glass? And you want to, you don't bang the glass at the zoo. Why are you going to do it at a hockey game?
I don't know.
Disrespectful.
Yes.
Jared Poland, FronosPhoto.com. Welcome to Raw Talk, episode number 114. And this is the last for the year.
Last ever.
Well,
for the year.
yes, the last ever for the year. This is the last episode for 2014. It's a good thing it's 114 is the episode.
No, that's true.
Because this comes out on, what, the 22nd?
Second, I think? Yeah, 22nd.
And then the holidays are that week.
Yep.
You're going to Disney World.
I'm going to Disney World the day after Christmas.
Hey, can you
Which
ride?
is also the freaking busiest day of the year there.
Of course it is, because that's when everybody has off and
Yep.
takes their kids to Disney World.
Can't wait to wait in line forever.
Can you please go on to It's a Small World?
And get stuck.
Yeah! It's a small world.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you should definitely go on to that. What are you looking forward to with that?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to going around to the different countries and
Drinking
trying
around the
different
world.
beer. Yeah, because every time I went, I was always underage.
Yeah.
Last time I went was 8 years ago in high school. So it'll be cool to really get to experience
It
all the
will be
different countries.
expensive, too.
Yeah, it'll be expensive, but I'm willing to dish out some cash.
For
Well,
a Dattenberg.
you won't have to worry about, I mean, if you're not going on rides, you don't
Well,
have
we
to.
are doing rides too, though. We are getting park day passes and everything. But at this point, I think all the fast passes are pretty much sold out.
Dude, how much is a fast pass?
I'm not sure. But a lot of
Really
it's sold out
expensive.
at this point. You have to get it like months ahead of time,
Yeah.
especially for that week. So,
Man,
whatever.
they got such a racket. Do you know what games I used to love playing as a kid?
What?
SimCity.
Yeah.
Because you got to build a city.
Dude, SimCity was the best.
SimCity 2000
That was the best
was
one?
the best
Yeah.
one.
It's the
because
futuristic one,
It was
right?
a futuristic. It
Yeah.
was really fun to build. You would build these cities and these towns and these but I hated natural disasters.
Yeah, they were the worst.
And then I had to rebuild, and I always cheated by starting with a lot of money,
me
you know, by
too.
typing in that code. I'm like, I just want to start. I don't want to
Unlimited
take too
amount.
long to do this. But I got to say, if you're looking to be in business, like amusement park tycoon, I don't even know if they make them anymore.
I played one of them before when
Right,
I
but-
was younger. It was fun.
Having to understand that you need to put X amount of bathrooms in a certain area,
Yep.
and this amount of food places, and what it's like learning. I've never tried
There was
Tycoon.
Zoo Tycoon too.
Well, there's Zoo Tycoon, and then there was Railroad
ever
Tycoon.
did the Tycoon
I played
ones.
that. I played the. I
did
actually had the railroad.
I did
one.
the Sims after
Yeah.
SimCity.
Oh, I never did the Sims. I never wanted to play fake
because then
life.
it really got, you actually got to be a person.
to pay
in
your rent.
world.
Oh, that's insane.
That's pretty cool.
That was like, oh, I'm going to sit here and play a game instead of going out into the real world.
Yeah. Well, I was never a huge gamer to begin with, but
Exactly. All right. Why don't I get into talking about the Atomos contest winners?
Yes.
Because we had, anybody doesn't know, we put out the word many, many months ago that on November 31st, which didn't exist, the contest for the Atomos Ninja Star was going to end because Atomos was giving us a Ninja Star to give away along with a CFast card 64 gigs and a CFast card reader. The Ninja Star is only $295. Go look it up. Check it out on Atomos' site. You can see all about it. We put it out and we said, you must make a video with something Ninja related. I didn't want to do something simple like put your email address in and get entered to win. I wanted people to be freaking creative and come up with something. I mean, isn't that what it's all about?
Yeah.
And at first I was worried about how many were entered, but the last 2-3 days, we ended up getting another 20 or so entries, and it came up to about 30 people that took the opportunity to get a chance to do this.
Which is awesome.
Right. So right now, up on the screen, we have a link. It's going to take you over to the video that's going to tell you about who won and tell you the third place, second place, and obviously the person that did win, and check out which one did win. What I will say is that Atomos, Steven, and I agreed on the top one.
The top one, yeah.
We agreed on that.
Actually, everyone I showed those couple videos to agreed on that as well.
Right. And what is even better is that Atomos, she texted me and she's like, I talked to the boss. We really want to contact the winner and possibly have them do something similar for
the Shogun.
For the Shogun.
Which is awesome. Like the release of it, it's already out.
But for whatever.
Yeah.
It's cool. So what does that tell you? If you do something that stands out, people always say, here we go. Quality work above all, right?
I've heard that before.
Yeah, but it's just, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but it shows you again that, so what? It's a free contest, but it gives you an opportunity to be creative. And if it stands out above the rest and somebody latches onto it, something can come of it. It's just one of those things. People are like, how do I make it in business? I don't know. You just do stuff. Do good stuff and put it in places so people can see it. So you didn't get paid to do this, but you basically made something awesome. You could win something, and then Atomos sees it and goes, wow, we love that. We want to work with this person.
It's like what the wise Mr. Feeney said one day.
What did
Do
Mr.
good.
Feeney say?
He said, do good. And then they said, do well. He said, no, do good.
Is that what he said?
He said that.
Was that like
I think
the
that was
last
the last
episode?
The last thing he said in the classroom.
Is it really?
Do good.
And then Topanga had a baby.
And then Topanga had a baby.
Did she really?
Well, now they have Girl Meets World.
Is Girl Meets World any good?
They have two kids on there. 2 kids. It's all right. It's super cheesy. Like, it's early Boy Meets World cheesiness. It's the same producer, Michael Jacobs, but the difference is that it's just Topanga and Corey and their kids. It's focused on their kids, not on them.
Topanga and Corey, the sex tape, coming soon.
But Mr. Feeney's slated to be in an upcoming episode in 2015, and Eric is going to be back.
Do you know what Mr. Feeney lent his voice to?
Are you talking about the car?
Yes.
Yes.
Kit. He's the voice of Kit.
Yes.
Of Michael
Black,
Knight.
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider.
That's it.
Michael Knight.
Yeah.
That's such racism. Anyway, Atomos, you better want to you want to go click over there and check it out, because there's a little surprise for you guys. Watch that video that I made. You'll see the third place, second place, and the grand prize winner, and a little bonus extra stuff in there. So thank you to Atomos for running that contest. We really appreciate it, and you guys should check out all things Atomos. We're using our Atomos right here. We've been using it for almost a year now, well, less than a year, and it's been it's been awesome to have.
Oh yeah,
especially when we're on location and we don't really have any assistance or anything, and we can just let it run and let it go and let it go, let it go, let it go.
Like, we'll definitely be using that in Vegas, because I'm sure we'll do some kind of episode there.
We got to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't know when the next episode's going to be into the new year, because Steven's away until the 31st. And then it's the 1st and 2nd already. And then we go to Vegas on the 5th.
That Monday, yeah.
Right. And come back Thursday.
So we'll probably end up taking 2 weeks off. But
possibly, which is fine at the
everyone
beginning of
takes-
the year.
yeah.
All right, so we got that. Thank you, Atomos. And then I've got a promotion that I'm running, one of the last promotions of the year. I've done something similar before, and people really liked it, so they were asking for it again. It's called Buy One, Give One. I like running this promotion.
I do remember this
I
promotion.
like Buy One, Give One. So from December 20th to December 26th, if you purchase any of the Fronos Photo Guides, that's Fronos Photo Guide to Getting Out of Auto, the Flash Guide, the DSLR Video Guide, or if you buy them all as a triple play, I will let you give one to any one of your choice. So if you buy all 3 guides, you can give me 3 names to send the guides to. Not all 3, but you can select one person for each of the guides.
Oh, so you can't send all 3 to one, is what you're saying?
You can send all 3 to one.
Okay, cool.
Yes, you can say who you want. So if you buy one guide, if you buy the Fronos Photo Guide to DSLR Video, what you need to do is you need to, after your purchase, email, and this is for new purchases made. If you've already purchased it, it doesn't apply here.
SOL.
Well, no, it just doesn't apply here. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, I get it.
It's for the holidays, so it's from the 20th to the 26th. If it's for new purchases, and by the way, if you are buying a DSLR video guide, you will also get entered into the major contest giveaway as well for that other one.
Very
that
nice.
that still applies. But what you need to do is after you make the purchase, email jared@fronosphoto.com with the subject line "Buy one, give one." Include your order number, the email address that you ordered from, the name and email address of the person you want me to send the free guide to, and I will send them the links. So they will get a link from me to download. I most likely will include your name in there that says they wanted you to have the gift of photography. I love the buy one, give one. So if you buy the Fronos Photo Guide to Getting Out of Auto, that's the one that you get to give away. And that's how simple it's going to be.
What do you do that like once a year usually?
Very rarely do
Yeah,
I do
I remember
it. I
it's
think
only
I've done
been,
it
like-
once earlier in the year.
Okay.
And look, you want to talk about emails right now or advertisements. Do you know how many Newegg emails I've received since 2 weeks before?
For me, it's been ThinkGeek. Has been
And ThinkGeek.
nonstop every day.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I like being on the list because I like seeing
because
certain
some
things.
emails I do like and I
Right.
get sales.
But stop with the sales. I said this last year. Stop with the sales and just say, hey, maybe you need this product, or maybe you would like this product and we're running free shipping. But it's like 20% off, last chance, 25% off, last chance, 55% off, last chance. And it's like last chance for Cyber Monday deals are still coming today.
Really?
It's like, will you guys stop with the freaking sale over sale over sale? Promote the products that are coming out. That's fine. Make me aware, but there is no urgency at all for me to make a purchase right now because the sales are never that good. They really aren't anymore. There's nothing like Black Friday sales. There was nothing great online that was like, oh shit, I need to buy it. Even though Adam bought like this drill set for $99.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but I went and bought one at Home Depot. I went there like
Depot.
6 days after. They still had a Black Friday sale for $99. So now I own a screwdriver. I own a power drill.
Nice.
A power drill with stuff. I've never owned a power drill, but it came with for $99.
You had zero tools in this house.
No, I know. I don't have many tools.
No, not at
I
all.
didn't grow up with, my dad used to say when
Building
something
things.
goes wrong,
You call people?
no, you call Emmanuel.
Emmanuel?
Emmanuel Labor.
God.
It was my dad.
Yeah.
I should have him on again in the new year.
Yeah, why not?
He should get his own show. Anyway, I'm just tired of those. You're talking about promotions. I don't run very many sales. So when I do run a sale, like my Black Friday thing through Cyber Monday was 4 days. And that was it. I promoted it starting Friday. I didn't lead up and say pre-Black Friday sale and post-Black Friday sale. It was just, I'm going to run a sale right now. And that's it. It was on the first two guides, wasn't on the latest guide because I'm not discounting that guide anytime soon because it's so new. Plus, it's 50% off from the price that it's going to go up to after the contest is over. All right, I've had enough of talking.
Me too.
What? You're tired of listening?
I just feel like we talked about that like 3 times in the past
because
3
I
weeks.
want to talk about it.
It's the same thing.
I didn't talk about it last week.
All right.
Check
I'll
the
give
notes.
you that. It was last week you didn't talk about it. But the 2 weeks prior to that, you did.
All right, whatever. Get to your photo news.
Well, on
I
that
can't
note-
wait for 2 weeks off from this.
How many weeks?
2 weeks. But that's where you can use touche, Steven.
touche.
That's where touche works.
Hey, I haven't used that word in a while.
I got another one for you.
For ya, researchers are saying that camera shake could one day be used to identify the person behind the camera.
What kind of shake?
Camera shake. They say the footage.
Do you know whose camera I would want to know if it was shaking?
Who?
Taylor Swift.
Yes. They say that footage captured by wearable cameras contain a motion signature, is what they're calling it, that's unique to the wearer, sort of like a hidden fingerprint. The test was done by scientists at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem in Israel,
Jews.
where they asked 34 people to wear GoPro cameras on their baseball caps and then had the participants record video with the quote-unquote hat cam.
Hello. My name is Moishi, and I want to wish you a happy Hanukkah from Hanukkah Harry to you. Chai. Chai. Chai means good luck, and it's 18. Chai is in Jews. So when Jews give like a $18 gift, that's chai. That's a good thing. Or 36, that's double chai. And they wear the chai around the neck. That's the thing that looks like a little N.
Gotcha.
Chai.
Now, they took 12-second clips of each person wearing the cams and ran it through a computer algorithm, which resulted in a unique motion signature for each person. They did this by examining the vertical and lateral motion of the camera as recorded in the frames. They then reshot the videos and were able to compare and correctly point out most of the time who shot that video with the results from the first test.
My question is, did they use only Jews for this?
I don't know.
Because that's not a very good, reliable source of testing subjects if you don't spread out and use different people.
They say that this technology could be used for much more than just identifying people behind anonymous videos, but it could also be used for things like limiting wearable cameras to specific people. So say if the cameras don't detect the right motion signature, they won't work, like a cop camera or something like that. Now the question is, what happens when you have like a stabilized rig or something that has IS, like even the A7 II, the new one that came out?
Why are they
lenses.
bothering with this?
I don't know. It was just an interesting study I figured I'd bring up. Some storage news for this week. Seagate announced a new type of hard drive that features 8 terabytes of data storage for just $260. Now, broken down, that means you'll pay about 3 pennies a gig. The new 3.5-inch hard drive is a part of their new Archive HDD line, which achieves that much data storage on the spinning platters by using a special technology called shingled magnetic recording, SMR, which lets them put 25% more data on the disks. Now, the caveat is they only spin at a max speed of 5,900 RPM with a transfer speed of about 150 megs a second since, like the name suggests, they're archive drives. They're expected to be available by January 17th, at least on Amazon. They're going to be available then.
I'd be curious. I got to know if the docks that I have would work. I would like to have an 8 terabyte freaking drive because you could take one home. I'll pick you up one and you just go ahead and offload everything to it, and then you just go store that drive somewhere. Especially for $200 and some bucks to get the 8 terabytes of storage.
It's not bad
and to be
at
able
all.
to access it. Like I'm sitting over there with almost over 4 terabytes because a lot of it's video.
Yeah,
photos I can store in just about 4 terabytes. You add video in there, you're gonna double that real quick.
Oh, video alone for RawTalk is probably about 150 gigs a week.
Yeah,
Now, moving forward, we have Australian underwater photographer Darren Jew.
No, spell it.
It's Jew.
No way.
Jew.
Yo, Jew. Hey, Jew. Jew. Darren Jew. Is there a Jew here? Darren Jew.
He set a new Guinness World Record by capturing 9 whales in a single photo. Now, although I was reading some commenters on Petapixel, and they kind of debunked it, showcasing their own photos, which they had more than 9 whales in a single photo. I guess he actually just submitted it to Guinness World Records.
What a Guinness? They'll give you a world record for anything.
They will. It's true. Now, he got the shot when he was swimming off the coast of Tonga when he saw the fleet of humpback whales. It's an island near Australia, apparently. What?
Darren Jew was off on the side of a boat, and he's like, "Oh, hark, over there, I spotted 9 orcas."
Hark.
What?
Hark.
Hark, over there. I'm Darren Jew. Hi, I'm Darren Jew, and I just shot the most humpback whales in one photo. 9. Thank you.
Now, his previous record was 7 whales in one image. There's a video slideshow of all the images from the shoot that you can view over on the website, which you can give them right meow.
Fronosphoto.com/rawtalk-114.
Here's one from the rumor mill. Reports that Canon will be releasing a high megapixel DSLR in 2015 are spreading online everywhere. They're saying it'll feature a resolution of 50 megapixels and will come in a body similar to the 5D, not the 1DX bodies. Now, due to the small body shape, Canon Rumors is reporting that it'll cost less than $4,000. This will supposedly be the first camera that will also be between the 1D and 5D series. No word on whether it's going to be a 2D, 3D, 4D, whatever. Now, Canon Rumors is saying that this has been confirmed from their sources. So
I don't know shit.
I don't know anything either, and that's the honest truth.
I mean, we're going to CES.
Canon doesn't tell us anything ever.
No, I keep trying.
Yeah.
And I just emailed Sony again.
Yeah.
The girl hasn't emailed me back.
No.
I'm like, come on, let's go. I was talking to another photographer I know. I'll keep his name out of it for
Anonymous.
a minute. Who's thinking of switching to Sony for the size and weight and for what it gives them.
Someone I know?
Yeah, but the thing about it is that you talk about these mirrorless cameras, and people are gonna. In flying solo, people keep asking those questions. Like, what do you think about mirrorless cameras? Blah, blah, blah. Do you see it overtaking X, Y, and Z? What it comes down to still, with the lenses for the Sonys, they make a 70 to 200 2.8. You're still putting a big-ass piece of glass on that body. You know what I mean? And it comes down to the weight, the balance in your hands. So whether the body shrinks, yes, it's much lighter, it's smaller, it's easy to carry, and I'm sure it's fantastic because Sony makes the sensors for Nikon, and they have some glass coming. There's still a trade-off on both sides.
There is, yeah.
So I'll talk about more later.
Let's see. We have a man named Timothy LeBranch cloned himself 100 times in the cabin of an airplane in a new self-portrait. The composited image was done simply because he had the access. He's an airline employee who works for JetBlue Airways in Houston, Texas. He finally had the opportunity to do it when he finally had a plane stay in his station overnight. One thing he wishes he could have done differently,
He's had sex with 100 women while on a plane.
Is had a wardrobe change in between each shot, which he plans to do next time because he's just wearing the same shirt.
I thought it was pretty cool.
It's like a bunch
anyway.
of twins. It looked really cool, yeah.
No, it was like the Duggars had 100 kids.
And there's
I can't
100
stand
twins.
the Duggars. Except for that daughter Duggar, the one that just got engaged.
Daughter Duggar.
Yeah, daughter Duggar, the hot one. Holy hotness, man.
Yeah.
I've said this, I keep saying it, that I tweeted her, because I'd
tweet you back.
Well, no, I'd bring her close to Jesus. I'd be the closest she'd get to Jesus because I'm Jewish. I just said it again.
We just talked about you being Jewish or just Jews in general for the past 4 stories.
But those Duggars, man, I'll keep that to myself for now.
There's a full.
But I can't stand those Jim Bob and Jen Bob and every
Jennifer Bob.
Well, every kid that they have has J, and they start with a J.
Really? I have a couple family friends that are like that. There's one family that's like all V's. Everyone's name with a V.
I know a couple people like that have all the same thing.
That happens
like
a
John,
lot, actually.
Joseph, Jenny,
do you know what your girl name would have been?
No. Probably Stephanie.
Do you know what your girl name would have been?
I assume the same.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Oh, right.
And we spell it the same way, too.
I would have been Jennifer.
Hennifer? Holpez?
No, it's not. It's not silent yay. It would have been Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Or Jessica.
Okay.
It would have been a J.
Yeah. Is that what your dad said?
Or my mom, I think.
Yeah.
I asked, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Now, that full res image, if you guys want to see, it's over on the website. You can pixel peep all you want. A woman who was arrested for taking photos outside a military base back in 2009 was just awarded $1.12 million in damages. Photographer Nancy Genovese was taking pictures of a display helicopter outside the Gabreski Airport Air National Guard in Long Island for a Support Our Troops website, who was then confronted by a deputy who warned her that she'd be arrested on suspicion of terrorism. She then went to... Well, wait, let me finish real quick. Hold it. She then went to drive away when a local police officer arrested her and confiscated her camera and memory card, saying again she's, suspected of terrorism. She spent 4 days in jail.
I can't do it, Steven. I can't. Is it almost done?
It's almost done. She spent 4 days in jail and posted a $50,000 bail and was charged with misdemeanor trespassing, which later got dismissed. And yeah, you can comment now.
Earmuffs. Fuck you, assholes.
You use earmuffs right.
Jesus. I won't say that because I could say fuck you and asshole, but if you say Jesus Christ, people will get even more upset. Or God damn it or something.
Yep.
People take that offensively.
Well, some people are offended by
I
different
heard
things.
someone the other day say mother hooker instead of
I'm
mother
not
father.
done.
Hooker.
Are you kidding me? You arrested somebody for being outside the fence, taking a picture of a display fucking helicopter that our tax money paid for, and then you tell her that she's trespassing and that she's breaking the law? Fuck you, Patriot Act.
There's a new picture format.
I'm not done.
You're not done? That was an awkward pause then.
One which is worth the money, but to put her in jail for 4 fucking days? For what?
YOLO.
For who?
YOLO.
All right, you can take your earmuffs off.
There's a new picture format that's apparently equal the quality of a JPEG, but at half the size. The new format is called BPG, or BGG. which stands for Better Portable Graphics, and it was designed by French programmer Fabrice Ballard. The programmer put up...
What do you think he smells like?
I don't know. French fries?
Febreze, bro.
Febreze.
Which flavor? Purple or blue?
Flavor.
I like blue Febreze, personally. It's the
I like
clean
lavender.
smell.
Your fresh linens.
Yeah,
Speaking
fresh
of
linen.
fresh linen, I did order an extra bonus fro freshener.
Uh-oh.
That's going to be on a white card.
It was my favorite one.
It was
right?
your favorite one, so I ordered in 250 of them with my next order. It's fresh linen.
It's like taking a whiff of fresh laundry. It's great.
Smells so good.
The programmer put up some side-by-side images compressed in both JPEG and BPG format at the same file size, with the clearly winning.
It's peanut butter and jelly with a G.
It's peanut butter and jelly. What?
No, it's peanut butter and
And
gam.
jelly.
I was like, jelly. What? Now we just need browser developers to actually incorporate this in every browser, but the BPG again clearly wins in the small file size game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens if becomes something that happens. It's
Yeah.
kind of like in Silicon Valley. Have you watched it yet?
Then
Then I'm not going
about
to
this like last night.
Then I'm not going to tell you the ending to Silicon Valley for the first season.
Oh, is it done?
It's it's about compression.
Okay.
It's freaking awesome. And oh my God, is it funny how they go from a bunch of dick jokes to solving oh, it's great.
That's awesome.
It's great. You have to watch Silicon Valley. I would rewatch it. They're only half an hour episodes.
Really?
I
On
think,
HBO?
Yeah.
Wow. It's usually an hour.
I think they're half an hour.
Okay.
It needs to be more.
Yeah.
It could be an hour, but it should be it should be an hour. Whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. This week in Kickstarter news, there's a new mini teleprompter.
Is it a drone?
No, it's actually a mini teleprompter. You know, the ones we use every day when we record videos. It's called the Parrot.
Oh, yeah.
It's now up for funding. The teleprompter is tiny and portable and uses your smartphone as the display for text, which would be way too small for you. It measures in at only 4 by 4 by 3 inches and weighs only about half a pound when combined with most smartphones. Small enough to just throw in your camera bag every day. It'll retail in stores for $150, but early adopters can get it for $100. Now, they got it down to this price by clearly making it smaller, obviously, and normal teleprompters. And they use an acrylic two-way mirror, which apparently makes it 6 times stronger than glass and improves image quality, which I don't see that being possible.
Can you see me shaking my head there at home?
Now, however, it does cut down in light with only about 70% light transmission versus regular glass. It's already exceeded its goal as well, currently at $33,000 at the time of this recording. I actually feel like I might invest in something like this.
It's so fucking small.
Just because
All right,
you
for the
can't
average
read it.
person that can see, it's perfectly fine.
When's the last time you watched somebody try to read a phone? Sutter, put your earmuffs on.
I could read that.
Put your earmuffs on, Sutter. There was this video. This guy was trying to do a Kickstarter
You're
for
a dick.
for a vagabond project, and all I'm
I
seeing,
read the phone, yeah.
somebody's holding the phone. And it's like, "Hi guys, my name is Steven Sutter, and I want to be a vagabond who travels the world and gets photographs. Come join me as I read my phone, guys."
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't
that's
that
why you
bad.
need something
You just
like
saw
this.
my eyes moving. The voice wasn't like skippy or
Yeah, it was.
scattery.
That's why this will be fine.
It's for $150.
Dollars.
It's so small.
Yeah, but dude, this standard teleprompter is like $400 at least for a good one. $150 is not a bad deal.
No, but you know from the one that we have,
Yeah.
that just
Which was
for an
what,
iPad,
400,
it was like
500?
under $500 for the iPad, and I'm maybe 7 feet away or 8 feet away at most, and we have it large. For somebody that has better eyes than me, it would be fine.
I
But
could
do you
easily read
really
it.
think that on a mirror this big, 4 inches by 4 inches, that you're going to be able to get enough words across that to read it?
I seriously think I can. I think I can. Hey, well, let's get one and we'll test it out.
I'm not buying
we'll do
that.
a comparison.
They'd have to send it
I
to
think
us.
$100 is not bad for an early adopter.
You got to be careful that you don't break the glass.
Well, yeah, but
It
they
says
also
it's
said again
acrylic,
it's 6
not
times.
glass.
Yeah, it's acrylic two-way mirror. It's 6 times stronger than glass. Now it's already exceeded its goal again. It's currently $33,000 at the time of this recording, with its initial goal being about $30,000, and it still has about 3 weeks to go. So it will actually see the light of day through the two-way mirror. This is my favorite news piece this week. The George Eastman House released another 6 videos to go along with their History of Photography Photo Processes video series. The museum initially released 6 videos back in 2012, showcasing different photo processes. Now, with there being 12, the videos range from the daguerreotype all the way to the early digital age of photography. Definitely worth about an hour of your time for the entire series if you want to watch it. You can check it out on the website. I didn't even know they released it back in 2012, and I just looked at a couple before coming in today, and it's phenomenal. It's really interesting. Like, HBO should pick up a series like that, even though it's only 6 minutes long. We have a rare occurrence at the Grand Canyon last week, a phenomenon called total inversion. This is when the canyon fills up with clouds. The National Service Park employees documented the scene with a number of photographs now on their Flickr page, which you guys can check out. They also released a time-lapse video, which looks like the clouds are literally waves crashing into the rocks. Really cool-looking stuff. Total inversion occurs when cool, damp air gets trapped inside the canyon by warm air floating above, creating the fog-like effect. And
Turn around.
it apparently only happens once
now
every
and then
few
I
years.
get a little bit older when I see the fucking look in your eye. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. I fucking need you more than ever.
Wait, how did you get to that song?
Totally version.
Oh, I was like, what? I didn't say
I went and
anything
saw the
about
Dan
Turn
Band
Around.
last week, 2 weeks ago, and I was in front row. I got to touch his butt.
The Dan Band?
Yeah, I went and saw the Dan Band.
Did he do the Lollipop song too?
He did. I'll take you to the candy shop. It was funny. And
I didn't
we
know
were
he
in the-
actually they tour and stuff.
Oh, he does. We were in the
I didn't
front.
realize
We
that.
went right against the barricade at the TLA.
What other songs does he parody?
He's got like just a bunch of Santa songs. And
Does he do YouTube?
Yeah, he did. But he talked about how YouTube blocked his Santa song that he wrote.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, they blocked my song for
like
whatever reason.
third-party content?
Yeah,
or?
but I don't. He doesn't know why they blocked
That's
it.
weird.
And I didn't get to talk to him.
And it's a parody. It should
Right.
easily
It's a parody, and he wrote. He's like, I wrote the song.
be. Wow.
He's like, and they blocked it.
Okay, well, that's weird. There's new footage of a bride-to-be being thrown from a horse at a recent photo shoot. The shoot was conducted by photographer Jarrett Hucks on a beach when a group of equestrians...
What was his name?
Jarrett Hucks.
How do you spell it?
It's Jarrett.
Are you kidding me?
It's not Jared, it's Jarrett.
Are you kidding me? Who names their kid Jarrett with 2 R's and 2 T's?
Well, he clearly didn't have any say in that when he was born.
I'm just being a dick.
But yeah, a group of equestrians rode by. The client saw the horses and wanted a photo of her riding one in her wedding dress. She got on the horse and it just went nuts and pretty much flinged her off. Now, luckily, the shoot was 5 months prior to the wedding, and it was towards the end of the shoot with only about 30 minutes left of daylight, so they did get all their stuff in beforehand. And apparently the horse was scared because of the fabric of the dress. So if you're riding a horse, don't wear a wedding dress. There's
As
your
I was
lesson
typing the
learned.
notes, I'm like, bride-to-be falls off a horse.
You look like you were very entertained by that story.
People are asking, what do you think about it? What?
I think it's funny.
She got on a horse. She got thrown off.
Yeah,
She's
there's-
lucky she didn't end up like Superman.
Like, oh God.
Too
Always
soon?
too soon for that.
That is not too soon. I said she's lucky she didn't end up like Superman. That wasn't meant in a bad way.
Okay.
That was meant that she's lucky she didn't end up paralyzed.
You had to say Superman, though?
I forgot his Christopher Reeve. I couldn't remember his name.
A company called Lens Buddy is offering up custom lens
Hey,
and
buddy,
body
would you
caps.
like to be my lens buddy, pal?
No, guy. I don't want
No.
to be your buddy guy.
Pal.
You can add personal branding such as logos, text, whatever you want pretty much, and do what every other custom cap business does and put the size of your lens on there. Now, they're available for both Nikon and Canon lenses and bodies. Prices range from about $10 for the generic caps, and for customized ones, they're about $18. They also have like pre-made versions for $15. So now you can have your fro on every lens cap.
Yeah, I talked to them.
And I shoot raw.
I called them.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm going to have some samples made to see if it's
Cool.
worthy of... I've been looking to
You're
source
not
out
worthy.
certain things. Well, I like the back caps because they're either Nikon or they're Canon.
I do love that, and I think it's a cool idea. I don't know if I would pay $18 for a customized cap.
No, that's when I buy them in bulk, they'll be much less.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
I'm interested for myself to get a front caps, body caps that are Frono's photo with my logo for me. I think more people would like I Shoot Raw for their top caps. I'm
Definitely.
not one of those people that wants to put the focal length of the cap on the.
I mean, it
the
is
thing.
nice if you have a giant bag like an Airport International or something. But
Yeah.
if I'm running around with the book
You
bag.
know what lens is
I know
what.
what lenses
Exactly.
wear. I don't need that. Anyway, moving forward, last story. Nikon is warning that fake D800E bodies are being sold around the web, mostly eBay, they're saying. Apparently, people are taking D800 bodies and replacing the outer shell with D800E covers, so they can pretty much sell it for an extra couple hundred. Now, Nikon says that it discovered the problem when D800E owners sent their cameras in for repair. After examining the cameras, the technicians discovered that they were simply D800 DSLRs with their covers swapped out. Now, To detect if yours is a fake, Nikon recommends using the image playback feature to check it. Now, what they're saying is, in quotes, display an image captured with your camera in the camera monitor. When the overview display option is enabled in full frame playback mode. Yeah, exactly. It'll say D800E if it is a D800E. It'll say D800 if it's not.
Yeah,
So,
moral of the story is
easy.
probably don't buy on eBay.
Well, it depends. I mean, now there are certain places that sell from eBay, and it's the same place.
Yeah.
Like if Nikon had
Well,
their own
eBay
store
became
on eBay, for example.
became less about auctions and more about Amazon.
The only stuff I buy on eBay is like rare stuff that I can't buy new. That's like out of print or that they just don't sell anymore
Yeah.
or something like that.
I was a big eBayer when it started.
Oh, me too.
And when I was 13, 14, 15 years old, I
bought everything
maybe
on
like
eBay.
14, 15,
Jerseys,
16.
shoes, all kinds of
I
stuff.
like the thrill of the auction part,
Yeah.
but
I
then
used to
you end
buy-
up overpaying for stuff.
I bought rare Jordans on eBay all the time.
Yeah.
I actually have a couple pairs I got to sell on there. Anyway, that's it for photo news this week. Lots of news, lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have to do? We did photo news.
We have Flying Solo, Gear of the Week, Wheel Fro, all kinds of stuff.
Well, we got to do Wheel of Fro first. No, I mean, we do Flying Solo first.
Yep.
Then we'll get into Gear of the Week and Wheel of Fro before we wrap up the last show of 2014.
Correct.
I'm in a cynical mood today.
Uh-oh.
Well, you could tell, couldn't you? It happens.
It does.
It's that time of year.
That time of month for you?
No, it's that time of year. That time of month. It could be that time of day. Every 15 minutes, my mood can swing. Actually, it doesn't really swing that bad.
It swings pretty bad.
Not 15
You go
minutes.
from like really happy to like uber sad.
Oh, it's just quiet.
Yeah, that's true.
When I get quiet, it's like, I'm just quiet.
What's
but then,
wrong, Jared?
Oh, nothing's wrong, Steven. Nothing's wrong. Let's get into Flying Solo. I don't know. I get on edge.
About what?
Just everything. It's just one of those things.
About Gmail being down?
Well, it wasn't Gmail. It was it not sending. And then you think that it was just you. And then you think that you're doing something wrong and your shit's not working. Then you Google, is Gmail down? And then you see that they're having outages. And then the shit happens. And then it starts coming through again. But I don't know if the mail that you sent ends up getting to where it needs it to go, because then I may need to resend it. But I don't know what
And then the
fuck.
internet explodes.
It is insane how much we rely on technology.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And power in general.
Well-
you know, you have a power outage at your house. You are like, what do I do now? What do I do with my life? Do I go outside?
Do I go take pictures?
I'll go
Yeah.
rot in the house.
Do I go take pictures?
Unbelievable.
It's
So
funny.
guess what time it is, guys?
Flying Solo.
Flying Solo time. For the last time of the year is Flying Solo. Patrick Pylon. It's like Poland, but Pilon.
Oh.
If you just switch...
Is it like Pillin?
No, it's Pylon.
Oh.
No, it's probably Pillin. Good call there, Sutter. Sorry, Patrick. Your name's probably Pillin.
Patrick Pillin.
Or
Pollen.
Pylon. How do you manage to always be on? Question mark. Week after week, you never seem to run out of steam, even with managing social medias, shoots, videos, productions, raw talk, and your personal life. How do you get the ball rolling in that regards? How do I get the ball rolling in that regards? I don't know. I just do.
You're good until lunch, and then you crash.
No, I don't crash anymore at lunch. That was
the old me, Steven.
There was
about
the
2
old
weeks
me
ago.
that ate
Changed.
sugar, first off, and ate shitty lunches when we were doing productions.
Yeah.
If you eat like shit and then you stop and all you had was sugary shit like fruit and nut bars, Nature Valley fruit and nut bars, I haven't eaten one in like 5 or 6 months now.
Well, I hate that they promote that as like super healthy.
They
and it's
promote
just
it as
crazy
Nature
sugar
Valley.
and-
Sutter, can you grab me one? No, don't grab me one. Can you grab me one?
Let me
Don't
finish,
worry,
let
don't
me
grab
finish
me
this note
one.
real quick.
No,
Just
don't
don't worry
grab
about
me
it, don't
one.
worry
Don't worry. I'm reading. You read the Nature Valley thing,
Bam.
and it's you know, Kind bars. You can read the 5 ingredients and know what the
And they're super
what the hell they
tasty,
are.
too.
I love Kind bars.
so
Right,
good.
They still have fat and
Well,
things like
everything
that.
does.
But you look at this Nature Valley bullshit, and it's like high fructose corn syrup, and this kind of corn sugar, and this kind of this, and this and this. It's got high maltose halitosis.
Glucose,
It's got like all of this stuff in it that you don't know, and you eat that, and yes, it tastes good, but it's bad for you. So I used to
Everything's
crash.
bad for you.
No,
I mean,
everything is not bad for you.
pretty much
No,
everything.
it's
There's
not.
always
Can't even
something
eat
you can
bread anymore
pinpoint.
without like dying,
Yeah.
according to the news.
When
Gluten-
you
gluten everywhere.
I'm talking not. When I was eating poorly, not even poorly, I thought I was doing all right. But then when you start eating natural, and I cut drinking the apple juice and cut the sugar out and ate proper, like when we did the last video guide, and I ordered, what did I order for lunch every day?
Chicken.
Well, there
Probably
was
the same thing you always
no
sushi, right? You got sushi.
I brought us in some sushi.
Yeah.
And I would get the chicken so I could get the protein. I had us Italian so we could get protein from that, at least me, but we ate well. And the guys even on the crew, they're like, we don't usually eat good food. We usually get burgers, fries, pizza. Well, if you're going to eat burgers, fries, and pizza as your fuel to keep you going for 8 or 9 hours and need to be on your top of your game, you're going to crash. If you work all morning and all I had was like an apple, fruit and nut bar and a bunch of other stuff, not really bad, but then you eat pizza for lunch, you're not getting any protein in your system all day, you're going to crash because you're going to go into that gluten crash.
I mean, I eat like shit all the time, and I don't crash.
Same.
Yeah, well,
But
I'm also at a higher level here.
yeah, higher level.
Yeah, I got to be on freaking camera nonstop during those things.
That's true.
You know, so I got to be on. My brain's got to be fed. So how do I stay up? I don't know. I just do this stuff. It just
Eat good.
It's not
Eat
just
well.
eating well. It's just more
Eat good.
about
Do good.
It's about organizing everything and making sure I know what needs to go when, making sure there's enough content ready to go, or just something I can put up. I don't know. It's just I've gotten good at doing it.
You have. Very.
And not everybody can do it. But he mentions personal life. I don't know what the hell that is.
I was gonna say you don't have much of a personal life.
I could. I have time. I do have time for that. It's
You
just,
do. That's true.
I'm working on it. Danny Newsom, what goals are you setting for yourself in 2015 and for the direction of Raw Talk? Fro and Steven, thank you for what you bring to the world of photography. Keep up the great work.
You're very welcome, and thank you.
2015, quality above all.
Trumps all.
Working on again upping the quality of everything. To want to step up to a level that nobody else can compete with.
You stepped up the wheel of Fro, certainly.
Well, the Wheel of Raw got stepped up.
Three
Raw
times.
Talk has been stepped up. We will continue to evolve Raw Talk, whether it becomes mobile Raw Talk or just other things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they are yet, but I like where Raw Talk is, and I like where it's going to continue to go. I think it's very good, and we will evolve. That's what we do. We add new things. We take things away. We keep going. That's what we do. When it comes to the site, it's making sure that we have enough content in the can that's pre-done so that we can go film these larger projects that take on a TV style-esque type of production. Better quality stuff means spending more money on that, but there's a reason to spend the money on it because it's better content. I mean, that's all I've been looking for, and now that the team is in place, it's possible to do. That's what I'm looking for in 2015. Also, I want to go to Australia, do some Raw Talks over there, maybe teach some classes, and just go. And that's where getting that other content done affords us the ability to go out to Australia and make content and have more content and just do stuff. We can go anywhere we want to go and work from anywhere in the world right now. We can. The business is set up that way.
Yeah, it really is.
So you have any things for 2015 that are goals?
I think just keep cranking out and get into that queue of videos that you want for the most
What do
part.
you want?
What do I want? I don't know. I guess just
The American dream.
the American dream.
What,
Living the American
white
dream.
picket fence.
Shoot more. I think that's what I want to do. Shoot more and just do personal projects. I just want to have time to do that. Get out there.
Terry Barnes. Hey, Fro, I am an amputee. I lost my right arm in an accident when I was 12. Well, that sucks. Now I'm trying to think of what kind of accident it was. What kind of accident was it, Terry? I love to shoot with a T3i, but have a hard time since all DSLR cameras are right-handed. Any suggestions on equipment that could be used left-handed?
Oh.
Thanks. Keep the great videos coming, Terry.
It's a good question.
It's
I
an
didn't think
interesting
about that.
question.
Yeah.
All cameras are designed that way,
Yeah.
but it's not out of the question that you just have a remote that's either plugged in or wireless that you hold with your left hand. I don't know if there's a prosthetic or a way that you could make a rig, maybe make a rig that goes over your shoulder, you know, like a video camera rig that goes in front of your face, and have a button on the left-hand side that you can do two things. You can rotate the zoom.
It's not a bad
idea. You can
idea.
hold it halfway to focus. That's what I would think about doing.
Yeah, my only other option would be making a custom like 3D printed rig or trigger system or something.
But there's so many remotes these days.
Remote would be the easiest option, definitely.
So that's what I got to say about that. Hopefully something helps you there. But I think it's about building a rig. I'm sure you're not the only person out there that is a photographer that has the same issue. I would.
Did he pick up photography after the accident?
Well, he was 12 when he was
12.
It was 12. So I would probably think so.
Well, good for him for sticking with it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Any suggestion on equipment? No, it's wired remotes or wireless remotes that allow you to autofocus with it. Or you could look at something like a mirrorless camera, like a Fuji X100T. You can attach it to your body or your shoulder and use the app on the phone and touch where you want things to go and use that to trigger the camera. That's the options you could do these days too. Also, the D7100 lets you do the D750 lets you do a remote.
Does it?
So yeah, you have that ability now as well. So I think with the screens, it's starting to happen more and more. Patrick Hawkins, stuck on a desert island, Avril or Haley Williams?
Oh, that's easy. That's an easy answer for me. But
is it?
For you, I don't know.
You like Haley that much?
I would definitely do Haley. Not that way.
What do you mean,
but-
dude? It's just you're on a desert island.
You want to be
Haley.
stuck on a desert island with Haley or Avril?
I'd rather choose Haley, yeah, because she just seems super cool.
Well, Avril's Canadian, but she does have those fangs. She's always had those incisors, those fangs.
And I've met Haley in person, and she's extremely, extremely nice.
I've only seen one of their boobs. Not that matters.
Oh, man.
But Chad Kroger has defiled one, and so has that other guy
Chad
from
Gilbert.
Sum 41.
Chad Gilbert. Oh, you're talking about Avril.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Chad Gilbert is the other one for
I don't
Haley.
even. He's in a shitty band.
Newfound Glory.
Sucks.
I love Newfound Glory.
A newfound glory. I'm gonna go and do some punk music like this.
It reminds. It's nostalgic for me. It reminds me of high school.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of their new
I'm
stuff.
gonna go with Haley Williams. Yeah.
No,
Yeah. I love Avril though.
you do.
Oh boy. Can I have them both, please?
I feel like you would choose Avril.
Max Sale for Steven. You. Best national album.
National album. Interesting. Boxer. It's their 2007 album that introduced me to them.
Worst Philly concert venue.
Oh, God. Underground Arts.
Favorite L lens.
For practical reasons, 7200, but I would have to say 8512 just for sharpness in the bokeh.
Worst part of working for Jared.
I'm gonna have to say your patience. You having a very, very small amount of patience.
Best part of working for Jared.
Best part of working for Jared. The stuff we can do, the trips, doing, just filming all day, every day.
Having a full-time job of doing this.
Yeah.
What did I say that yesterday?
Podcast right now. I mean,
Getting paid
I'm
for it?
working and getting paid for it. It's
Yesterday when we were making those videos at the bookshelf, I sat there and said, and today we're going to sit and make videos from my fucking bookshelf and this is a job.
But we filmed like 40 videos.
Over 2 days.
Over 2 days,
Yeah.
40 videos. We filmed for like 8 hours straight both days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, that's what we do.
Yeah.
That people want to know, like Patrick Pilon wanted to know, so that's an answer there.
There you go. Best national album. Wow. I will say the one song, which you might really like too. It's called, my favorite song from them is called I Need My Girl, I think it's called. But that's the one song that actually pairs perfectly with the music video. Watch that with the music video. You'll be blown away.
Sean T. Davis.
Sean T.
Do you plan on retiring one day in the far future, or will you keep on shooting until your bones grow old and the fro's all gone?
That's kind of sad.
Honestly don't know what the hell I would do. I have no desire to stop.
I can't wait to have a gray fro.
Yeah. I look like Bob Gruen. But I have absolutely no desire to stop.
Yeah.
I can't see retiring. My dad can't see retiring. You can see slowing down and doing other stuff, but I don't know what the hell I would do with myself. I drive myself nuts here if you're not coming in one day because we're not shooting or you're at home editing and I'm sitting here going, what am I supposed to do?
I think what would make you stop is if you had a family, like kids, like a big family of kids.
Screw you, kid!
Like Duggars. Like you had like 18 kids. You had to watch them all. No, but really, I think that's what would make you.
I feel
slow
like
down
you
a
would
little
need
bit.
a lot of kids to keep busy because how well you keep yourself busy here.
No, I don't know what I want. I don't know. I haven't been in that situation, so I really don't know what it would be. I know it's hard because I know, like, even watching somebody's dog and not associating that with having a kid, but a dog is a pain in the ass enough, and that's a freaking dog.
That's
It's like, I don't know how you get work done when you have a kid and you go, like, you want to make sure you watch the kid.
Well, especially when you work from home.
Right. Well,
I think you would have to definitely differentiate your office from your home if you had that situation.
I'd need a nanny.
Or I actually have a friend that nannies for someone that works from home. So the parents in the house, but she takes care of the kids while they work from, which makes sense.
Did I sleep with her?
No,
I didn't.
no, she didn't know you.
Oh,
until I introduced you.
It's the.
You know her. You've met her once. She's been actually here once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know her. I was thinking of the other one that watches their niece.
Not that one. No.
Gary Testerman sounds like a Jewish guy. Will you be doing any more video guides? If so, what might be in store for the fans? Also, I think a guide of night photography and all the different things to do with it would be awesome. Light, WOLE. What's WOLE?
WOLE? I don't know.
Star trails and other long exposures. The reason I don't do those smaller type guides like that is because the investment that you have to put into making them is substantial
Very
for the
niche
return
crowd.
that you may actually get. It's a niche product.
Yep.
You know, maybe I could make an hour-long video about something like that and sell it for $10 or $14, but it's not going to be a 6-hour-long guide. The reason we make the 6-hour-long things that are like the flash guide was 3, my beginner guide was 3, but the DSLR video guide was 6 is because it covers a larger audience. That's why we're able to make the price $97 for that, because it should be a lot more, but because we can sell more of them, because it's a larger audience, we'll be fine. So what's in the works? I mean, Todd and I are sitting down and doing the editing guide. Well, Frono's photo editing guide for video. That's what we told everybody was coming. So we got that. We may work on a Lightroom type thing, and then I don't know what else is coming.
Yeah.
I'm
sure we'll have many more after that.
I always get ideas, and I'm thinking of doing some of those more niche product things at a lower price.
Well, eventually we'll have to, because we'll run out of ideas.
Well,
at
not that you
point.
run out. The other ones will continue to sell to people coming
of
along.
course.
But the niche product ones, like people are like, you should do a hockey guide, and I'm like, yeah, I could get Bruce Bennett in, and we could do something. But how many people are going to buy that?
Yeah.
And what price? Like a wedding guide.
Well, that makes sense.
That's more of a broad
That
spectrum.
definitely makes
I
than
would
hockey.
consider so the wedding guide was what I was going to do second, and then I chose not to. See, F-Stoppers did one that was 18 fucking hours long.
I remember.
And they don't even talk about RAW in there, I don't think. Somebody told me.
Wait, is it 18? I thought it was 14 hours.
Whatever it was too much.
Okay.
But I had an idea for doing a wedding guide, and I don't care if somebody else has done one before. I will do it in my way. My way is different than their way, and if somebody latches onto that, they do. But that would be a much higher ticket item.
Oh, yeah.
That would probably be like them, $300.
Well,
I'd
because
probably
your
do it
first
for
wedding
less.
gig is going to easily pay back.
Not
pay
even
that
your
back.
first wedding gig, your first deposit.
Yeah.
Whether it's a $500 deposit for a $1,400 wedding or a $1,000 wedding, or it's a $2,500 deposit for a $5,000 or $6,000 wedding, the stuff that you would learn from this, I mean, I would love to do that guide.
And that would be a much more expensive guide to do, because you literally have to put together your own wedding.
Well, that's exactly what
a
I would
mock
do.
wedding.
I would do the whole thing.
Yeah.
I would do the whole thing from start to finish. I've
Even
already outlined
details,
it in my head.
Flowers, everything.
Yeah. It's all in my head. I've already gone through the process from start to finish.
Yeah.
But it's not the guide that I want to do yet.
Yeah, no, I don't think yet, but
No, but we
definitely
can
one
go
day.
into works with it. It's definitely something that I want to do. Colin Lack. Who would you want to interview within the next year for RAWtalk? And will you consider doing a mobile RAWtalk in Toronto? I need to go to Canada.
Canada.
Ottawa, what?
No,
Canada.
I'm just trying to think of people that you want to interview, because I know we just talked about this.
I'm going to talk about
couple days ago.
that in a second. But I saw that flights to Montreal. Well, first off, Quebec and Montreal, it's not that far. We could go see Pascal.
Yeah.
That's not that far. You've got, I want to go to Toronto, and I want to go to British Columbia. If I go to British Columbia, I can
Don't forget
sit,
Alberta.
I can if I go to British Columbia, I can talk to Gary Fung, because that's where he lives. So I could set that up through his PR people.
There you go.
Who do I want to interview? I always wanted to interview Mark Cuban.
Yes.
He's definitely one I would like to interview.
the dude from The Prophet, that guy.
I still haven't watched it. I need
So
to watch
good.
it. Neil Leifer,
yes.
sports photographer. Gary V again. Howard Stern is one of those far-fetched things because nobody interviews Howard Stern.
I feel like Kelby you want to.
Well,
not as maybe not on the top of the list.
That's not the top of my list, but we're gonna interview Kelby.
Yeah.
Come January. January 21st is my birthday. I think that's when it's gonna be.
Wasn't there another big name hockey photographer for, say, like Sports Illustrated or something?
No, there wasn't.
Okay.
Not that I personally know or want to
Yeah.
interview. Mike Didinger. Hey, Jared and Stevens.
Hey, bro.
Stevens,
Hi.
including you.
Sorry, I was writing in it.
Jared, recently you have adopted the mantra of quality work above all else, and I totally agree. However, in this day of smartphones, Instagram, and general proliferation of crappy photos and cliche photo effects, it seems like people are becoming increasingly unable to recognize quality work. Have you seen or experienced this also? If so, what do you recommend to combat it? First off, becoming increasingly unable to recognize quality work. I think quality work above everything else trumps all. So quality work stands out above all the shit that is out there. And there's nothing that... I'm not saying that you can't get quality work for your Instagram and with your phone and get images that live on somewhere, because you absolutely can. But good work will stand out next to somebody else's shitty work. It is that obvious. When I review people's work and there's, they send me 15 photos and there's one or two that stand out, there's a reason they stand out, because those are the keepers. You look and you're like, oh.
Ooh.
And it makes you, it's the things that make you go,
Yeah.
That's, to me, I don't think people are unable to tell what quality is. They're just used to seeing a lot of shit now. There's shit people post shit all day long. Just snapshots.
The Atomos contest is a prime example. It's not a photo, but it's a video, and now he possibly could get a job from Atomos.
Yeah.
About doing a video.
So I just think quality stands out. Again, yes, I believe that, but what do I recommend for getting past that? Quality work. There's no secret to that. The better your work, the more it's going to stand out over some buddies. I'm not going to call them any names because it's just somebody who's taking a cell phone picture, which again, if you get a fantastic cell phone picture and you captured an amazing moment, awesome.
Yep.
But generally speaking, 98% of the world that takes a phone picture are snapshots. Put a cell phone in the hand of somebody who knows what they're doing, they're gonna get a photograph. Not all the time, but they have a better opportunity to do it and process their image. I'm not a big fan of I like to edit my own images in Snapseed.
Oh, me too.
And go from there.
Yeah.
That's my answer. Justin Zeheran, question for Steven. I am looking to record in-car audio of a drift car, mainly the sound of the engine and exhaust. My idea was to mount a Zoom H1 and SmartLav Plus with a dead cat windscreen inside the car. I would do some tests with noise-canceling headphones, plug into the H1 to set my levels correctly. What are your thoughts, suggestions?
He wants to record the exhaust and the engine, is what he's saying?
Yeah, in a drift car.
Well, first, I would not use a lav microphone at all. That's more Omni versus like a shotgun. I would definitely try and invest in like a shotgun. I know the H1, I think, only has a 3.5 millimeter input jack. I don't think it has XLR. But I'm sure there's shotgun mics out there. I actually would probably use the XY mics that's on the H1 versus that. That might be a better solution. But what I would do is get as close as possible, first of all. Make sure there's no filters on your H1. I don't know if it comes with any low-pass filters.
There are a couple of switches on there.
Anything like that. Flat, clean recording. You want to have a good signal-to-noise ratio. Get it as close as possible to the actual engine, especially for the proximity effect. You want to hear that rumbling.
Put it under the
in
fucking
the bass.
hood.
Yeah. Get as close as you can. Again, shotgun mic would be preferred. Make sure your input volume isn't too high. You'd rather be closer and closer and closer, especially because you have time to do it. And yeah, you just want to make sure that preamp's pretty low. Hopefully the preamp in the H1's pretty good, and it'll be a clean signal.
Ready?
That's my only... I mean, I would personally try and get an H5 or something like that.
And I actually saw a video the other day where someone took a shotgun and suction cupped it to the back of the car right above the exhaust to get that sound.
Yeah, as close as possible.
Makes
I mean, you're
sense to
literally
me.
going to be like touching it. Yeah.
Dan Dreas for Steven. And by the way, the name is spelled S-T-E-P-H-E-N. He put a question mark after it. But yes, it's S-T-E-P-H-E-N. Do you enjoy the Christmas sales this time of year, or do you stick stick to your IPAs?
I do, actually. I don't love them. Like I'm a big season guy when it comes to beers. Like I'll have Oktoberfest and stuff like that, pumpkin beers in October and that time of year, and then Christmas time, I'll have the Christmas ales. One I really like. I like it when they taste all like gingery and stuff like that. The Sly Fox Christmas Ale, I think that's the best one I've had so far. I don't like when it's just like a generic stout or a porter or something, which every Christmas ale tends to be, or Christmas beer. But yeah, so I do still stick to my IPAs, but then I also try new stuff, like the Christmas time stuff.
Liz Sauerbrunn, being a big movie guy, how do you feel about the release cancellation of The Interview amid the current threats? Despite the satire, the movie was a creative expression by the actors and producers after all. Do you think creative expression should be suppressed even if it angers or offends some? This could be applicable to photography or any other art form.
Could be, yeah.
This is a freaking shitstorm right now.
Oh, yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know, is that Seth Rogen and
James Franco
had a movie called The Interview. And the premise of the movie is that they're these big interviewers. They interview people, and they have
like
a big
us.
talk show, and people come on, and it turns out that Kim Jong-un, who's the son of Kim Jong-il, who's currently dead, is a fan and wants them to come to North Korea. So before they go to North Korea, the CIA comes to them and says, hey, we want you to take him out.
Take them out.
So the story of the movie is basically that they're supposed to go to North Korea and be undercover and kill Kim Jong-un. North Korea wasn't happy about this and threatened that there would be probably some kind of nuclear strike,
Like
whatever
war
they
or something,
threatened.
yeah.
War if you don't get rid of this movie. Well, allegedly, I mean, not that North Korea is going to sue me, but allegedly, people think that they employed hackers to hack Sony and release all of this private information about so much stuff.
Well, I think that's what the hackers said, is that they were from North Korea.
No, the
or
hackers
something.
never said it.
I thought they said
No,
it.
they did not.
Oh.
They didn't say where they're from.
I
They said
swear I
they're
read
part of
that.
a certain organization, but it didn't say from that.
Gotcha.
So they release all this information, private emails from Sony, stuff that makes them look bad.
Yeah.
Stern talked about this and then got ripped apart by some news for like the New York Times saying that he was trying to say that this is as bad, the hacking is as bad as 9/11, which was not the case. He was not trying to say that. He was saying that we need to recognize how bad this hacking is, because could you imagine what would happen if they hacked other stuff? Like they're going to hack the power grid one day.
Oh,
They
yeah.
could just shut everything down. You tell me that's not a big freaking deal?
Well,
No,
fire sale,
thousands
right?
of people didn't die,
Yeah.
which is horrible, but hacking's a pretty big damn deal.
Yeah.
So Sony has pulled the movie amid threats of people dying at theaters.
Well, I thought theaters pulled the movie, not
Theaters
Sony, right?
decided that they
Like the
didn't
5
want to run
top
it,
theaters.
and then Sony decided to pull it. My thoughts on this is I put it in the theaters.
Yeah.
All right, but what could happen? I don't know if they're going to kill it altogether and not release it.
Go straight to
Somebody's going to
Netflix or
leak it.
something.
But if this would be a time for an experiment.
Yeah.
This would be the time to put it on demand for $9.99.
Very true.
And see how many how many downloads you sell, and if it's worth it. It would be a major test. That if that becomes a success, going direct to home at even $19.99, if you get a couple of people to come over and watch.
It's kind of a steep price. I don't know if I would pay that.
$14.99?
I would pay a movie theater ticket price.
Okay, so at least $12.99. But you got to remember there could be multiple people here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
You know, so you have that option. This if it's $9.99 to go and watch it one time, that could be a big thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're going to do it, but that could change the course of movies. It's horrible anyway. They shouldn't have done that.
One thing I read up on, and I was telling Sutter this earlier, is apparently one movie theater in like Colorado or something, they said that they were going to, instead of airing The Interview, they're going to air Team America and just put it on repeat. Because, you know, his father, I think, is in that one, right? Or something like that.
Release the tigers.
I'm so Ronery.
I'm so Ronery. That's true. Why didn't they care about that?
And that's way worse because they blow him up and everything.
Oh, man. What, Sutter?
Oh, I was saying what you said is good, but what if not put it to Netflix, because obviously no one would buy it, but maybe Netflix incorporating movie tickets, so you get like 3 movies a month that you could watch like a live stream almost of. but then once you use them, you can't watch anything else or something like that.
That makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, I would love direct to home, especially now that I'm going to get that screen and projector.
Huge screen.
Since I'm going to get that put in, I want to.
inches.
Well, for the movie show, if Todd and I and you could sit here and watch movies when they came out, and when I don't care, I could spend $20 to do it. I would do it because I have a popcorn machine. I can make my own popcorn.
Talk about eating bad food.
Well, I rarely make popcorn.
No, I know. It's so good, though, dude. Your popcorn.
All right, let's move on. Daniel Vuong, with the short shutdown of the Pirate Bay a few weeks ago, how do you deal with pirating your video guides? Happy holidays. I don't care. That's the one thing that I do. I mean, of course I care, but I don't bother myself with worrying that, oh, it's on Pirate Bay. Because there's nothing you can do about it. You're not going to stop it. But let me tell you what my mentality is. And my mentality all along is we don't have DRM on the movies, on the downloads. You get them. Now, they're limited to 5 clicks on the link just to make sure that you're not clicking it 8,000 times.
Or sending someone download link.
Or you run into an issue. So it's tied in with your IP, what's it called?
IP address?
Yeah, IP address. But so it gets sent to you. You download it. Once you download it, you have those files to do as you please. Obviously, I don't want people just giving it away or uploading it. But my thoughts behind it is if somebody wasn't going to buy it and they chose to download it and steal it, they weren't going to buy it in the first place. Or on the flip side, if somebody wasn't a fan and they downloaded the guide and they realized, wow, this guy's got great information, and they became a fan, maybe they would support it in the future.
There you go.
It's just one thing that I'm not going to bother myself with because you can't control it.
It's impossible.
And I think that the readers understand the fact that we put out so much free content that this is a thank you, that to spend the $67 to $97 on one of those products is well worth the free information and entertainment that they've received.
There you go.
Nick Montgomery, when tasked with taking someone's portrait, what questions do you first ask them in order to get a good idea of their personality? Well, first off, I'm going to ask them, what kind of portrait are you looking for? What are you into? What are you looking to capture in this image? Is it a family portrait? Are there kids? Are there animals? Do you want it in a studio? Do you want it out of a studio? It's as simple as that. In a studio, out of a studio. Oh, I want it out of a studio. Okay, would you like it at a park? Would you like it in a car? Where would you like it? Just stuff like that you just ask back and forth. You find out what they're interested in, and you make it happen. I don't know what else to say about that. RJ Owens, I do a lot of work with nonprofits. I try and work with them for pricing, but many have little to no budget. I've ended up doing a few for cheap, free. It's stuff I'm passionate about. How do I balance the need to get paid versus doing what excites me? I've even wondered about crowdfunding myself. Any ideas? Well, don't crowdfund yourself. I don't like when photographers are trying to crowdfund themselves to get lenses or crowdfund themselves to get bodies. I think that is one of the worst things that you could possibly do because it doesn't look good. You know, crowdfunding to me is out there to do good or to do something, to create something, but not to say, I can't afford this gear. Will somebody please give me money? With that being said, there's nothing wrong with shooting for the nonprofits for no money or little to no money, especially if you're passionate about it. It's one of those things. They don't have the money, so you're not going to really get paid from them. But just like we said with the Atomos thing, if you go out there and do a great job, somebody that's there, part of the nonprofit, that's somebody like you, may have a business that they need you to do something for. That's how I've always looked at charitable work, is that you may run into somebody there that benefits you. So make sure that if it's for nonprofit, that they put your name in a book or they thank you for donating your time and your services. Make sure you get something out of it because they are not paying you. So that's what I have to say. Good?
Good.
Then I put together this group of questions for a certain reason. Pietro Goodjohn, Bon Giovanni. Hey guys, I want to start. So I put these here because these are borderline questions that
Okay.
Peter, hey guys, I want to start my own podcast and I was thinking about contacting local web radios with my idea to start somewhere since I don't have all the equipment necessary Do you think web radios are valuable to start? Thanks and big support from Italy. I don't know what the hell a web radio is. In this day and age,
certain stations that are strictly just online.
Yeah,
that's probably what he means.
So the way that I look at this, one is you're saying that you're thinking about contacting. Either just do something, like take the action. 2, no, I wouldn't go right to a web radio. I would start my own show. And I know that you say that you don't have a lot of equipment, but you don't need a lot of equipment. If you have a cell phone, you can talk into the phone for an hour and record it and then put that up. It's going to sound fine. It really is. It's not going to be the greatest thing in the world, but it's a way to start.
It's more about the content than it is the quality.
Exactly.
At least starting off.
Well, right. So if you get something and you want to go to a radio station that's a web-only station, by all means, go and do it. But know that if you can build it on your own, you're going to be better off in the long run. So that wasn't a bad question. It's just more about the thinking aspect. It's just go do it.
Nike style. Just do it.
No, I said go. Just go do it.
I know, and I said Nike style. Just do it.
Joseph Cross. Is it worth investing $10,000 to $20,000 on gear and spending 5 years to become a wedding and portrait photographer in such a saturated market? Is it really a viable career option these days? So it's questions like that get me a little bit. You know, if you think you can do something, then you need to go out and do it. But thinking you have a defeatist attitude, I hate that term, defeatist attitude, like you're already going into it thinking that it's not a viable market or that it's saturated, then you're not really going in to succeed. You don't need to drop $10,000 to $20,000 on gear and spending 5 years to become a wedding and portrait photographer.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't put limits on this stuff. You can start shooting tomorrow with an iPhone and get weddings if you have quality work. Right?
I actually saw an article where a guy shot a wedding on an iPhone.
With an iPhone? What?
Yeah, the photos are actually kind of
I'm not saying I would do that.
I know.
I'm just saying that...
It's possible.
Theoretically, I know.
I'm just saying that...
I get it.
Do I think it's viable? Yes, I think every career is a viable... not every career, but I think in photography, wedding photographer is a viable career if you're freaking good at what you do.
Definitely.
I look at Mike Alabak, who is busy as hell because he's branded the hell out of himself and he showcases quality work. He is nonstop busy for the next couple of years because he has done a great job and he charges more than the basic low-end wedding. So I think the lower-end area is saturated for tire kickers, but you can start there and work your way up, but it's going to take time, but don't go in there defeated already.
I agree.
Oh, geez. Jarrett Fung, Jarrett.
Your favorite.
Hey, Fro, I'm 13 and I want to start shooting concerts, but I'm afraid if I ask for a pass, people would take me as a joke. Should I start asking and hoping that I get a pass, or should I wait a few more years?
Has he shot stuff before?
It's just, I know you're 13, so I'm not yelling at you. I'm not screaming at you. I'm not downplaying you. I'm not saying anything like negative. I'm not being a dick or anything along these lines. I'm just going to sit here and tell you that when you say you want to start shooting concerts but you're afraid, you can't be afraid to do anything in this industry. One, you can't be afraid. You can't worry that people are going to take you for a joke. You are who you are. If you have work to showcase, hopefully you have work to showcase, let the work speak for itself. But waiting you can't wait. Just go and do something. Try. Because if you fail today and you fail tomorrow, well, at some point you're going to succeed. You got to start at some point and you got to put yourself out there to do it.
And that age, there's probably plenty of his friends that are playing in bands, especially at 13.
And you have to be realistic about it.
Well, yeah.
Are you going to get into the Foo Fighters show because you say that you shoot for...
You're not going to be doing stadium or arena shoots,
no,
I'll tell you that.
But somebody may get into it. Somebody may find a way in, because there's always a way in, but you just have to start, believe in what you're doing, learn from all the no's that you're going to get, and then someday they're going to turn into yeses. Just keep beating down the freaking door. That's what I have to say.
Boom.
Stephanie Ferranti. I will be photographing bands. Oh, good. I will be photographing bands. I would like to know if you or Steven Eckert have any recommendations on the types of shots I should get. Also, I love watching you guys every week on RAWtalk. Keep up the great work. So this falls into those questions.
Yeah.
It's general questions when you say things like...
That's a very general...
I would like to know if you or Steven Eckert have any recommendations on the types of shots I should get. All right. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying that these are the questions that you should not be asking. This is not the right question, because the answers are right in front of you anywhere you look on the internet, and any magazine that you pick up or any classic photo book that you find.
There you go.
You have to go and look at other people's work. I'm not, general questions like, what should I be looking for? You should be looking for the decisive moment. Should I say that?
Well, and do something creative, do something out of the box for once.
Out of the box, but start looking at photo books.
Well, yeah.
Look at Rolling Stone magazine, though a lot of those photos are sucky these days. Take a look. It's in a book. It's reading freaking Rainbow. But that, I mean, I'm not yelling. I'm not trying to upset you. And people may take what I say to heart and take it bad that I'm really calling you out on this, but it's general, and you're not the only one who's done this. I usually don't read the questions like that, but general questions that are like, I want to shoot weddings. What do I do? How do I market myself better? I want to be successful. How do I get in the door? Well, first you open it up and you walk through.
Yeah.
So that's Stephanie, you go look. You have to do the research. It's like you have to, and with anything. Like I get questions on how do I do this in my camera? Well, do you know that thing called Google? And yes, I do come up in a lot of searches. And yes, I like helping people. But sometimes you have to think for yourself. I was bad at this in school. We're talking about elementary school. I was that kid that asked 8 million questions because I was lazy. I like asking questions, but they may have been the wrong questions. Like the questions that if I did a little bit of research on my own, I could find the answer instead of relying on the teacher to answer the stupid, because we didn't have Google. It wasn't there yet. But it would be like, you know what? You need to go do it on your own. You need to figure out, you need to open up that encyclopedia. Not that many. Have you even opened up a Britannica before?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
Where'd you find a Britannica?
My grandpa's library.
Our elementary school had one.
Right. So, I mean, shit, finding things in an encyclopedia was hard. Like, you had to know what you were doing. It wasn't easy. And then you found it. It's like a little paragraph on a wildebeest or something. It's just like, what is this? And it's like, blah, blah. And that's, and I still have it at home.
My grandpa still has the entire collection.
We have an Encyclopedia Britannica. My parents bought it.
They must have spent a buttload of money on that.
Yeah. Somebody did. Somebody came and bought.
Yep.
Yeah.
Imagine the people that write that.
And they put out a new one every year. And
Oh
then
my gosh.
and then the computer comes along.
And then Wikipedia came
and then
along.
a CD comes along that has the whole encyclopedia on it.
Yep.
I remember that on my 486 computer having that.
Wow.
So Stephanie, it's like the question you just have to go do the research and look at what photos people are shooting in music, because there's a whole history of it, and then you can go from there. Craig Lash, mirrorless, your thoughts on its future and the impact on DSLRs. Everything is always evolving. Currently, I like using my DSLR. I like the feel in the hands, the balance, the lens choice options that I have. It just feels right for me. A lot of people like the lighter options of the mirrorless cameras. Will Nikon or Canon come out with any of those, or will they go, by the wayside and not make it as a company? I don't think Nikon and Canon are failing anytime soon. They may be slow to react on certain things. And yes, Fuji has been the camera company that got away from doing DSLRs and got into this mirrorless end of it and has done a fantastic job. We have an X100T sitting over there. The fascinating things about some of these things, and Sony's doing mirrorless cameras, even in their quote-unquote DSLR size bodies, the mirrors don't move, or it's no mirror at all. The hybrid viewfinders are awesome. The Fuji X100T viewfinder is cool because you can have an overlay over what you're actually seeing through the viewfinder, or you can have a digital viewfinder altogether where you see the exposure. So there's going to be amalgamation of both coming together. DSLRs are going to embrace things that happen in mirrorless cameras, and mirrorless cameras are going to try to embrace things that DSLRs have done successfully for many years. It's all happening. It's all going to come together. I don't think DSLRs are going anywhere right now. They've been around for an awfully long time. They're evolving. They will evolve into something. I don't think one or the other is going to take over. You may see the mirrors go away because cameras can shoot quicker or the autofocus becomes better. Technology keeps changing. So as it changes, I'll be at the forefront of it, hopefully, and just work with what I think works. If the Sony mirrorless camera works the best for me, then I would be shooting it every day. That's my answer. Justin Connors, to write your blog and be the YouTube star that you are, you have to have more skills than just being a photographer. How do you keep it fresh and find topics that people want to learn? What advice would you give to someone wanting to start a YouTube channel? Stop wanting and do. Stop wanting to do it and just do it.
Nike.
Just go and do it. Trademark. So how do I keep it fresh? Is there's always Froggy Fresh?
Froggy Fresh, which I did find out, by the way, it is a parody.
Yeah?
It is a parody.
Guys, you got to go look up Froggy Fresh.
His real name's like Taylor Cassidy or something like that. I don't know, but
he's
like a real rapper, and his real stuff's actually pretty solid. So it's weird
I love the parody stuff. Me and Mike, they stole our bikes, and we went, and it's just so good.
Mike's
Froggy
not, his real name's not actually Mike. And,
it's good. It's like it's like
funny.
They're Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Yeah, but a joke version.
I love it. I think they're funny as hell.
Like I said, I listened to his real stuff, and it's solid.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, that's real. I love the parody stuff. They have 300,000 subscribers for it, and they put out like one video every 2 months at this point.
It's not much.
But so Justin, how do I find new ideas? There's new cameras being released all the time. There's new people finding my stuff all the time. There's new gear to play with. There's new tips and secrets, and not secrets, but tips and tricks and quick tips to make. I can go back and make a video that I did 4 years ago and remake it today better. So there's always something. There's always gear to talk about. There's always educational stuff. That's why I love the Flying Solo. Somebody did ask me a question. I don't think it's on here, but they asked about Gary Vee does his Ask Gary Vee show every day, and it's only 5 questions or 3
he
to
does
5
it every day.
Well, he puts out, he's had 50-some episodes already. He puts out a lot of them. Like, would you do that? Because his are like 10 to 12 minutes. They seem to get more interactions. Yeah, they do get more interactions. I could do something like that, but I don't want to just sit here and answer Flying Solo questions every week or every single day. Answer those questions because it becomes repetitive.
Very repetitive.
It's a lot of talk. Gary has a lot of great talk, but I'm saying with the photography field, because a lot of that's the marketing, like marketing tips. With photography, you got to shoot. You got to get out and shoot. So, Justin, you just got to find a reason to start. And you start, you have ideas, you go with them. You have another idea, you do it. If it sucks, you don't do it again. But you drive the ship. You put out new stuff, you try things, you see what works, you see what doesn't work. I tried the blind raw edit of the week. It was something interesting where Adam would have the file opened on his computer in Lightroom. I wouldn't get to see the file, and I would tell him what to put the sliders to.
Really?
And then see the final result.
Why?
Because I thought it was funny. It's called the blind edit. All right, I want you to crush the blacks.
It is funny, but I feel like it'd probably be funny to watch the actual end result.
Well, that's what you do. You would see the screen
live,
flow.
like he's doing it as
he's
you're
doing
saying
it as I'm speaking, and
When
he's
did you do
recording the
that?
screen flow. I think I have one of those up.
You should do that again.
I
'cause
would
That's
do it
funny.
again.
It'd be like a once every few months, but
Right.
that is funny.
Does he
Blind
sort
raw
of
edit.
describe what the photo looks like, or
You know what? That I don't remember if I did do that, but that would be a good thing
Definitely
to say.
should
Well, he
preface
does
it with what
it
it
should
is.
be like,
tells you
oh,
with
this
what
is
it
a
is.
studio photo, because then you
that's-
kind of have an
yeah,
idea.
exactly.
Yeah, no, they do that,
That's
and then
funny.
Yeah,
I would probably just do my standard developing, but
yeah.
That's
What do you do? Just move sliders around? Well, yeah, because that's called editing.
yeah, that's very true.
Justin Orlando Brown. Is there a position out there you would take with a company that meant giving up Frono's photo, i.e. head photographer for some government agency or big Hollywood production company? I don't think so. I don't think there's... I mean, where am I going to find as much freedom as I have? Freedom isn't free. What's that? Is that Team America?
I don't
Freedom
know.
isn't free.
Why
Yeah,
do I-
that's Team America.
Is it?
Yeah.
Freedom
Isn't free.
I love that
I don't
movie.
think there's a job that I could be happy with doing working for somebody else. That I can't see doing anything else right now. I like working with other people, and I like
Working.
huh?
You like working?
No, I like creating.
Yeah, that's a better word.
This is work, but it's mostly creating. Every day it's figuring out how can we create more and create better and keep on creating, because creating has become my work. I get paid to be creative. You get paid to help me be creative.
It's fun.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And it's yes, it's fun. I don't think I could see working for somebody else, a big studio, maybe somewhere down the road, something different, but I can't see stopping doing this anytime soon, or I can't see stopping being creative. I can't. That's what I'm happy with. That's why, like, people are like, why did you never work with your dad or in his company? Like, your brother and your dad work together. And my dad was like, you wouldn't be happy doing that. I would never be happy in a
keep
job
you in
like
the
that.
normal daytime job.
I've always wanted to create, and I love creating, and that's what I continue to do. So I can't see working for somebody else. And that's the last of Flying Solo.
Is it?
And that's going to be the last of Raw Talk for the year. So we're going to have a couple weeks off because we will be... Well, it's the holidays, so most people take off anyway.
the holiday season.
You're going to have to deal with not listening to Raw Talk on a Monday coming up. But you can listen to 113 other episodes.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't listened, you can
gotta
go back
catch up.
all the way to 1.
Now's the time.
And to hear what they were about. I love going back and listening to old Raw Talks. I just started, not Raw Talks. I don't listen to my own show. I meant to say podcast. I've been listening to Serial.
You
There's
told me
been a
about
lot
that,
of
but I
talk
never
about
listened.
Serial. It's an NPR thing, and it's like 11 or 12 episodes.
Oh,
and
NPR is it like, hi, welcome to Serial.
Yeah.
You ready for another 3
But
hours
it's
of
actually
talking?
really riveting. It's like watching a TV show week after week, except now you're listening to the story unfold. It's a story about a guy who they say was convicted for murdering somebody, and he's been in jail since '99. And so somebody sent a letter that she should look into this, and she's looking into it, interviewing people, talking to the police, trying to find out if he was wrongly convicted,
It's like
or
Shawshank
where it went
Redemption?
wrong. Yeah, say to Watanehu. Do you know what that is?
No.
I know he looked down so that in case I looked over.
I was
at
actually
him.
looking at the time, I swear.
Say to Watanehu. That's where Andy Dufresne was going over the border in Mexico to start his
I'll meet
new
you,
life.
my old friend.
Yes.
Such a good movie.
That
One
is
of my favorites.
classic. I think it's 20 years now.
Is it? Oh yeah, 94. Wow.
Yeah. So so that's Serials. I recommend that as a podcast. People ask me, what do I listen to? I listen to Smodcast from Kevin Smith. Sometimes I listen to Hollywood Babylon, which is another Kevin Smith one. I listen to Nerdist, which is almost 600 episodes in now. So that's
What's the guy's name that does that?
Nerdist is
I forget his
Because he
name.
Chad
did The
Hardwick.
Talking Dead.
Hardwick.
Yeah, Hardwick.
Chris Hardwick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Hardwick does that. He sold Hardwick Enterprises for about $14 or $15 million
Oh wait,
last
he's
year.
the guy that does the talking, the after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the after
Oh,
show.
I didn't realize
that's Chris
that.
Hardwick.
Okay.
And he has a new Comedy Central freaking
Yeah,
game show that's
he's-
awesome.
he's
Yeah,
big now.
I saw that.
He's been
real
big. He's been around a long time. He's in his 40s.
Wow.
He's paid his
40s?
dues. Yeah, he's old. He
Really?
doesn't look it.
He looks
No.
really
Yeah.
young.
He is in his 40s. He was on Singled Out. On MTV.
Singled Out.
He was the guy. He was the
Wow.
guy.
Was he the announcer?
Yes, with
I
what's
knew
her
I
name?
noticed him before.
Right, and that's years and years. I
Oh,
mean, I
that
was a
was like-
teenager
that was
then.
90s.
Right, so he was already in his 20s.
Yeah.
So he's older, but they sold Hardwick, and he's another guy who can't stop. I listen to that. I sometimes listen to Mark Maron, the WTF podcast.
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of his as much. It seems like he gets the same interviews as Hardwick a lot. I like the way that Hardwick does it. But one thing I noticed about Hardwick is they sit there and they put like a Zoom in the middle of the table and talk.
Really?
And it sounds horrible a lot of
What
times.
kind of mic are they using?
I don't know what
Like
they're
the
using.
mid-side mic?
It's not like they sit there and they interview in front of professional mics.
Wow.
But it's one of the biggest podcasts in the world.
Yeah, there's the only podcast I listen to on occasion, rarely actually, is AbsolutePunk.net does like a music podcast, and it's about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But rarely I listen to it, but when I do.
There's a podcast for everybody out there.
There is.
I enjoy listening to them in the car because sometimes music gets repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
104.5 gets repetitive. Every radio station gets repetitive.
1045.
it's radio.
Touche, Sutter.
Ooh.
But they don't promote it as 1045.
But that doesn't upset
It's
you.
funny because when we do actually the liner notes for bands that come in, we do write 1-0 as in
OH.
OH 45.
Yeah.
So they don't say 1-0.
Right, so that's a branding thing.
It is a branding thing. But that's funny. I don't know if you meant to say that though.
Well, it's
But that is how
1045.
we-
That's how they say it.
1045.
They
yeah.
don't say it.
What do you tune
10.
your radio to then? 1045 or is it 1045?
Yeah.
Or
There you go.
That was good.
104.5.
Thank you, Sutter, for that one. Yeah.
That was funny.
So that, we had an unbelievable, interesting.
Are you wrapping up?
Oh,
We got
we still
Wheel
got
of Fro
Gear of
and
the Week
Gear
and
of the
Wheel of Fro.
Week.
Son of a bitch. All right, let's get to Gear of the Week. How far in are we into this debacle of a
We're
long
like
episode?
close to an hour 30.
All right, we need to speed up.
We need
I'm
to-
sorry, I thought it was over.
Nope, we still got a couple more.
Gear of the Week. You can bring the wheel. All right, you reset the camera. Go ahead. I just picked up a new laptop.
Yep.
I've been waiting to get a new laptop. I was going to wait into when Apple got the new Hardwell processors.
This
which-
one's not sticky like your last one, right?
No, it's not. Dick. My other one's not sticky either. Dick. I've wanted to get a new laptop because I've had the 13-inch since 2010. It's a 13-inch MacBook Pro, and I went through the debate of what should I get. I bought you a 15-inch MacBook Pro maxed out for video editing and audio editing.
On the
I
go.
bought Dan, who's another editor that we have. I just bought him. I've done this for people in the past where he couldn't afford to get the new computer, but he wanted to do work. I pre-bought him the laptop, same as you, bought it for him, and he's working it off with editing. Because I think sometimes people need a kick in the butt, or not even a kick in the butt, but the help, because they couldn't afford it. And this way, they can now have the laptop, they can work, and then they can better themselves in the future. I have no problem helping somebody who needs a little bit of help, but is actually going to work for it and work it off. So that I got him a laptop, and then I decided that I was going to get myself a new one this year, and I had to decide whether, well, the accountant's like, you need to spend a little bit more money. It actually saves you money if you spend it now than if you pay it to the government, because you basically give it away. I've bought a bunch of. I bought the 302.8 AFS VR2.
The 24 to 105.
Well, the 24 to 105 for you is definitely something
fly.
we needed. I have another big purchase coming that I can't talk about.
Do I know about it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know about it. So what was? So I had to decide between the 13 and the 15. Adam has a maxed out 13. And I just know how enjoyable it was to use the 15 when I got you that one.
Every time you would comment about
I was just
the screen.
like, oh, it's just so much enjoyable to sit back and look at the screen instead of hunched over because I'm blind.
Yeah, for your eyes.
The other thing is carrying it. Yes, my backpack didn't carry a 15 that Think Tank made.
That was your main issue.
That was my main issue. But then I'm like, you know what? The 15 is what I want to get. And they had a maxed out one refurb for $27.19, which it's expensive, but then I'm thinking for the future that if we do take a tour with to create shows on the road and somebody wants to do editing from the road, there's another editing station. My computer can be an editing station because it's maxed out to the gills with an i7 quad core. I think the difference was that's an i7 quad core, and a 13-inch MacBook Pro for maybe $2,300 or $2,400 is a dual core maxed out. I'm like, what? And it doesn't have the 2 gigabytes of video RAM. I'm like, screw it. I'm buying the better one, and I like it, and I think it's going to come in handy.
I didn't know Apple still did dual core. I figured they just upgraded
on the 13-inch. Yeah, they're not quad cores. So with that said, I reached out to Think Tank because I needed some bags. I got an Urban Disguise 50 they sent me, which is going to replace my backpack so I can put my Hebrew Trinity in it, and a 15-inch laptop. They sent 2 laptop bags. This one is
That's the one I have.
Artificial Intelligence 15 version 3.
Yep.
It's thin. It's going to hold your laptop, and it will get your charger, but it will stick out.
It's more just for laptop, and that's it. This one seems more like replacing like a bag.
Yeah, this is a My Second Brain 15. You put your laptop in it. It puts it in the back. In the front, you've got another big pocket. I'll just show you. They have this right here. It just shows you what you could put in there. You can put the power brick. You can put other accessories, and it probably keeps it organized a little better. And it has an iPhone slot, and you can put your iPad in it.
Yeah.
I think this is the one. I'm going to get you one of these. Just so
if you
have
wanted
more
to
space.
just bring your laptop, but a few more things, but you don't want to bring a bag and the laptop bag, that's pretty good for just that.
Let's get the wheel up here.
Sure.
But
yeah.
So those are 2 Think Tank bags for 15 inches. I went with the 15-inch MacBook Pro because
I think that's the best decision.
Power, and it's just so enjoyable to sit and look at that screen.
Well, I think especially just for your eyes.
For me,
I think it's the best.
So if I have to carry it around and take it with us, so what?
Yeah.
It's a little bigger, it's a little heavier, but I think I think it was smarter for business.
Definitely.
All right.
So we got the mini wheel throw once again.
Is that the wheel that you think scuffed up my table?
Yeah, it is. Because look at the bottom.
Hold on.
We'll put some pieces of paper down.
Well, because I saw some
stuff. It's like Big Daddy. You just put some newspaper down.
Go ahead. We're good. All right. So it's time for the last Wheel of Fro of the year. Why is it angled? Can't we keep it straight?
Sorry, I was trying to get it on the paper.
Look at this. All the paper.
So this is the Wheel of Fro, the mini Wheel of Fro, and this one has a bunch of names on it. Last week, that guy won a Squarespace free Squarespace for a year.
Marcel Bauer, I think.
So I added a new person to the wheel. I added Pylon. There it is, because you can see it. I added right here, Patrick Pylon. Pillon.
I like
Pillon.
your bold
lettering.
lettering.
Well, that's because last week you told me you couldn't really read it, so I went and did bold letters.
This matte finish kind of glares a little bit with our light, so.
Right, so there's a bunch of names on the wheel. We're going to spin it right now, and the person that it lands on will get to spin the big wheel.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Wheel of Fro.
Around and around it goes where it stops. I know it's going to be on a name of Bill Malik. Congratulations, Bill. You are now going to get the spin of the big Wheel of Fro, and that is going to be the last time we spin it for the year. So Sutter's going to roll that over here, yonder, and while he's doing that, I want to thank you guys for listening, because it's been a really good year.
It has.
It's been
Very
a lot
solid.
of fun growing this. Were you here the whole year?
Oh, yeah.
For Raw Talk? For Raw Talk?
For Raw Talk, yes.
Were you in every episode this year?
Yes.
Really?
Because I remember the last episode last year.
What was that?
I just remember being here.
Oh, I don't
for
remember it
Yeah.
anymore. Time just flies.
Because I came in episode 30 something. We're on 114 now.
You did.
But I didn't actually join the table until like 50 or something.
I know. I used to have you start
I would
at
come
the table
and do photo news real quick, and then I would just run off and do what Sutter's doing. And
then I would do like flying solo.
Yep.
The stuff has evolved.
Yeah.
And that's the evolution. It's supposed to evolve.
I think the interaction is really is what makes it, you know?
So to go along with that Atomos thing, where they liked what the winner did so much that they wanted to hire him, I'll just tell you that, and I've probably told this before, is that if you make yourself indispensable to somebody and you showcase that you have great ideas or you can perform or you just take the balls by the horns and you just make shit happen, then something's going to happen. You came in and took over from what we had going on prior.
Yes.
You were like, the audio's terrible. I can do a better job. Why are you only using one camera angle? We might as well add 3, and I will edit it. So when somebody comes to me and doesn't wait for me to tell them what to do, but actually says, this is what I'm going to do, well, that saves my brain from having to do too much thinking to be like, oh my God, what's going to happen here? I mean, that's what I look for in business, because people want to know, how do I keep doing this day in and day out, and how do you keep growing it? You start to add people that are really good at what they do to take away from the things that you shouldn't be doing, to make your job easier and to make it better, because other people are doing things that just make everything better for everybody. Like, I have a guy that helps with the emails. So he can write the emails and I can preview and read them. I tell him what I want in them. I write some stuff, send it to him, and he formats it for me so that it's ready to go. And then I get the test email and I go, yep, it looks good. This is what I want. Let's put this headline in. But it's something that I didn't have to take the hour and a half to do. That's his job. That's his focus. And he's got other focuses. But when you came along and said, I want to do X, Y, and Z, and you freaking did it, you earned your spot at the table. You made yourself into. You changed the show. I don't think the show would have lasted this long with me just reading flying solo questions every week, which is what it was. It was really bad.
And at first, it wasn't really at a weekly basis, was it?
At first, it was.
But then
until
when
I
you
moved,
it kind of got.
Then when
I
got home,
and we started it back up.
I forgot who's spinning the wheel, by the way.
Bill Malik, I believe his name was.
I'm going to write that down.
I think. But the show also went through several different iterations. I mean, think about, we've had a million different mics we've used. We've used different cameras. We went from GoPros to DSLRs. We've used different lighting. We've used different wheels of Fro. It's changed.
Well,
we've added Sutter on.
Yeah, and
gave him a mic.
I'm not sure what next year brings for Wheel of for this.
Yeah.
Maybe more raw mobile stuff. But I mean, we'll evolve.
Yeah, it'll
we'll
keep growing.
evolve. I don't know where we're taking it, but when I get weird ideas,
well,
we do
I love
stuff.
the travel stuff. I think that's cool, bringing this on the road and being able to still produce a high quality product.
Well, I'm
when you're on the
working
road.
trying to get Squarespace on board for something to allow us to do that.
Cool.
Which would be a lot of fun. So why don't I spin the wheel and then we can reflect?
Let's do it.
On the wheel, there is the $500 mark. That's not for $500. That's for $500 in Adorama Picks credit. That is the big prize right now. We're going to be changing that as I figure out in 2015 who's going to be on the wheel, who's coming on board, who's not coming on board, and see who can give us cool prizes. Next, we've got the Rode microphones. Huge thank you in 2014 to Rode for becoming a sponsor for the entire year, giving us these microphones to use. The show wouldn't be what it is without the Rode microphones, and it wouldn't be without their support. They've helped with a lot of contests. They've given away a lot of microphones. They've done surveys, and I think people have really latched on to the quality of stuff that they make. Another reason we want to go to Australia is because Rode's there, and we can go to their facility and see the stuff being made.
That'd be cool.
How it's made. Better quality content. So thank you, Rode. We got Squarespace. Big shout out to them. Go to squarespace.com/fro to get your 14-day free trial. Use code FRO when you check out. Without Squarespace was a huge thing this year for us. They're on the we get a free business year. You've got Adorama Picks.
200?
It's like $100.
$100?
It's usually like a free photo book.
But
it's a
good.
nice size photo book. So that's Adorama Picks. We got a Fro prize, Benro tripod, Borrow lenses is $250. Think Tank has always been there for us.
Oh, yeah.
They don't pay for sponsorship from anybody.
No.
So if anybody ever wonders if Think Tank advertises and pays for that stuff, they don't pay anybody. They may send you bags to give away or use, which is what they do for us. us, but we put them on here because they've been good to us, and honestly, love the freaking bags that we use from there.
And I love the people that work there.
Yeah, they're all good. It's a small company,
very small,
but they do a great job. Question mark means you can get anything you want on the wheel except the major prize. Rode microphone, again, Squarespace. Plastic printers has been good this year.
Yeah, them too.
They did the scratch-off cards that people have gotten. Those are just cool. Go to plasticprinters.com. You can get 250... I think they'll give you 250 business cards if it lands on this.
Cool.
Custom. Fro Prize, Black Rapid. We got my custom Black Rapid strap. You know that I use those. We got Lightroom. Actually, you don't get Lightroom. You get Lightroom and Photoshop.
Bundle.
It's the photo bundle. The reason I put Lightroom there is because I like the logo.
Yeah.
Maybe we can switch it out and put the Creative Cloud Photography logo.
CC.
Something like that. But they're on board.
Cool.
I super checked. He's on board.
After you already put them on the wheel.
I already put them on the wheel and then
board.
told them they're on board.
Cool.
And I also sent them the raw edit of the week thing.
Okay.
I want them to be the sponsor of that. We are using Lightroom for the raw edit of the week.
Yeah, we
I'm
are.
like, look, I said to the guy, and this is a business call with him. I'm like, we're going to use Lightroom anyway. We're already going to do it. Will you just sponsor the thing, please? We'll see what happens.
Well, and I think it's a great prize for a lot of people that already have Lightroom, but they don't have Photoshop, and they want to just further their editing skills.
Tenba, we use the high-end bags like the air case. The air cases are freaking awesome. And Peter, the owner, is an awesome guy.
Yeah, he's funny.
So that brings us time to do what, Sutter?
The Wheel of Fro. Oh.
This is going to be the last Wheel of Fro spin for 2014.
Oh, sad face.
For Bill Malik. Let's see what we're going to land on. Any guesses?
I'm kind of hoping it's like the 500, like something big. You know, really end the year with a bang.
All right, you want to end the wheel with the bang? All right, here we go.
Wheel Fro.
I'm still doing it.
Around and around it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. The Wheel of Fro is going to stop someday, some way. On it's slowing down. Adorama Picks. Congratulations, you are winning an Adorama Picks, probably a photo book, Bill. We will get you hooked up with that, so thank you to Adorama Picks for doing that. And that was the Wheel of Fro for 2014. I didn't want to wait till 2015 to get the new wheel. How much time's on the clocks?
Like 5 minutes.
All right, I didn't want to wait till 2015 to roll it out. It's here.
I didn't think we should. I didn't think we said that, did we?
I thought it was good.
No, well, I'd never wanted to. I didn't see. Oh, is that where the dent is? Yeah, there's the dent. They just sent us a new wheel because FedEx did a terrible job shipping the wheel.
They actually dropped it, right?
Well, they rolled it into the building.
Yeah. So it's literally right like here. There's a dent. If you guys can see on the glare, I don't know if it's noticeable
I see the glare
on camera.
right there. It is noticeable on camera because I sent it to them. I'm like, guys, look. So FedEx wasn't really going to pay for it or something. So we have a wheel downstairs. It's 100 pounds that we got to bring up in the elevator.
Looking forward to bringing that thing up.
Yeah, basically it's a magnetic wheel. It's the backing. All we need to do is replace the front and replace all of these things.
So the screws already come.
Yeah, everything's in it. The wheel's
cool.
good. And then we have to send this back. So we have to try to send it back in the same box, which may be hard because...
Why send it back if it's damaged? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Even
Maybe
if you took pictures.
You know what? Because they'll probably use it and offer it at a discount.
Oh. Well, I was going to say to fight their case for insurance for FedEx or something.
They'll fix it and try to do something about it.
Yeah.
Almost like a refurb, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Broken refurb.
They'll offer it as a discount. So, but it's not broken. It's just dented.
Yeah.
So
it's got a nice wood chip
where
out
are
of
you
it.
going?
Oh, he got us a gift.
I actually ordered you something, Steven. Yeah, so I got you one as well.
Wow. Thank you.
A toolkit.
A toolkit. I mean, I'm a toolkit.
I actually don't have any tools in my house either.
Oh, well, then that works. I didn't know if anyone heard me, but I ordered Steven something else I'm not going to say, and it didn't come in time for the episode, so I actually canceled the order and just bought you that instead.
Thank you.
Wait, what did you order me?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to...
This is pretty cool. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sure.
I don't have any gifts for you.
I don't have any
I've just
gifts
given
either.
you shit throughout the entire year.
I'm fine with that. It's cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I
you don't
wasn't
have any tools around here. I was happy to see that you bought that drill on Black Friday. I'm like, oh, cool.
Well, I got the drill. I also did buy a wrench.
Well,
But I bought a longer wrench because this wrench right here,
Well, those are like stubby stuff.
it's short. It won't work because we have to put the wrench behind this thing to tighten it. So I got a 10-inch one. But now
Ooh.
I've got both because this will get in tighter spaces.
I've got like 0 tools in my house, so this works perfectly. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I like it. Thank you. I like tools.
Mm-hmm.
Is it made in America?
Made in America?
Don't know about
like
that
the
one.
concert?
It's not. It's made,
Made
in China. So 2014, we're going to wrap it up for the Raw Talks. It was good. It was good.
Very good.
We had good stuff. I think the quality of the content jumped up many, many levels. My goal all along has been to get a backlog of content ready to go so we can go and make more content. The more we have in the can, the more we can go out and focus and travel to do the Raw Talks and to make bigger and better content. Get Todd involved to help produce certain things and to help organize, because you know me with organizing. It's like, oh, we're going to go shoot today. What I really
What
need
am I
is-
shooting? I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Okay.
Right. And what I need is Todd and I and you to sit down and be like, this is what's happening Monday, Tuesday,
Outline
and
it,
Wednesday.
yeah.
So we know that going into it, we're going to be doing this, and this is what we're going to get, or when we need to have the film crew and invest in that. So that's where we're going with all of this.
Yep. And where we're going, we don't need no roads.
I don't know. I just like that sound of the wrench.
This one?
The ratchet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tighten that.
Tighten that nut, babe. Ooh, girl. Tighten my nut, babe. That's
Okay, Joey L.
Joey L. Like, whoa. Whoa. All right, guys. A huge thank you to you guys out there for the last for the last year. Honestly, Raw Talk has gone from the podcast version being the first and foremost, the audio, when releasing that on Monday and then the video on Tuesday, to now releasing at the same time because you're full time. And I think the switch has happened. More people watch the videos than end up listening to the audio each week. But I like having both options because people like listening in the car.
Yeah.
But I think people are sitting and watching it on TV as well.
That's great.
And on their phones and at work, and it's enjoyable. It's a visual format as well as an audio format, and that was the idea with the show all along. We're visual. Why would it just be audio only?
Yeah.
You know, that was a dumb idea on my part early on to only do the first 16 episodes. I think were audio only. They should have been filming since day one, and I should make my own mind up, which is why I'm here and make my own mind
Now we
up.
got this.
And now we're
good.
this. All right. Thank you, Sutter.
Sure.
I don't have anything for you right now.
That's fine.
I mean, I got your check.
That's fun.
That's fine.
Well, how much stuff have you gotten from ancillary stuff have you gotten from being here?
A couple camera
You need to do the
bags.
camera?
Yeah, let me do the camera real quick.
Yeah, Sutter is like, you don't like clutter.
I hate clutter.
Eckert doesn't like clutter. I like Tetris, so I just get all the clutter and I put it and I fit it all into into Tetris-y type stuff.
It's an organized mess.
So it's organized.
That's what it is.
But then, you know, we did that. Your day, one of your first days of full time was just cleaning.
Cleaning. For
We just
3 days, I think we spent.
just moving and organizing stuff. And then whenever you got me to throw out certain things, but a lot of stuff we give away.
Well, that took forever for you to throw
But
it
now
out.
I get so much stuff, but a lot you see it's not getting cluttered.
Well, we got to clean it again because we just made your bookshelf and recreated it. and
Right, but
stuff.
that was for creative purposes.
Yeah.
But
for set dressing.
in other terms, what were we talking about?
You're talking about clutter.
Oh, right, my brain is cluttered. Now that when stuff comes in, I only keep what's needed and I give away the rest.
Yeah.
Even just camera gear stuff. So Sutter usually ends up with going home with stuff.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple camera bags, a tripod.
Oh, I saw you use that tripod the other day.
I did use that tripod the other
your
day.
medium format
Yeah,
film camera,
the
right?
large format.
Yeah, large format. There you go.
Yeah, and I love it. I'm like a really, what's the word? Industrious person. So like I'll try to use and make use of
makeshift,
something.
Ghetto rig it.
So like the one camera bag, I didn't particularly need one of them, but I ended up using it for all my film gear. So like I have a place to just store it. So
And your
everything
girlfriend
has
got
a use.
gear.
Yeah, and
She got a bag too, I think.
Yeah, she
2 bags.
yeah,
Ooh.
Jared gave Leanne 2
Isaac
Isaac
Mizrahi.
Mizrahi bags.
Mizrahi.
bags.
Isaac Mizrahi.
What he said.
Yeah, that. So he gets the roll off.
I get the
of
scraps.
stuff. And it's not always bad scraps.
No, I'm not. I didn't mean that in a bad way. I'll take that back. that was derogative. I'm sorry. No, I get what you guys can't make use out of.
Got
There
it.
you go.
All right. Well, thank you, Sutter. Thank you, Eckert.
You're welcome.
You've really helped
I tried.
tremendously this year. That's why you're full time.
Thank you.
And yeah, I guess that's it.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap up the last episode of Raw Talk 2014. Thank you guys very much. This is Raw Talk episode 114. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. Have a good New Year. See ya.